Le'Veon Bell to the New Orleans Saints. At least that's what CBS is going to go ahead and predict. They ended up breaking down where all these top free agents are going to sign this upcoming offseason. Le'Veon Bell is a big-time name. He's not quite as good as what he used to be, and I don't even know if he's any good at this point anymore. But if you are the New Orleans Saints, could you potentially be looking to add a third running back behind Alvin Kamara, maybe Latavius Murray? And if I'm Le'Veon Bell, if you don't want to play with Andy Reid, who I would say right now is the top head coach, top play caller in the lead right now, maybe you want to go with somebody, the next best option, and that's Sean Payton. Somebody who's always been able to show that he is creative getting the ball in his running back hands. I mean, just ask Alvin Kamara, who is going to be that lead back here. There's no doubt about that. But in his first year, 81 catches. His second year, 81 catches. In his third year, 81 catches. In his fourth year, 83 catches. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to go out and get more snaps than Kamara or Murray, but maybe he's a better option than somebody like Dwayne Washington. That's all we're really trying to break down here. So if you were New Orleans, if you're Sean Payton, would you go out and sign Le'Veon Bell? I know it's tempting. You got the big-name player, somebody who used to be arguably the best running back in the league, but coming off pretty back-to-back disappointing years with the Chiefs, with the Jets, and then all the drama this offseason about him not liking Andy Reid. Give me a Y for yes, or I want you to type N for no. In terms of his stats with Kansas City, it wasn't pretty this past season. 63 carries, 254 yards, averaged only 4 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. Bell with the Jets back in 2020 as well, because that's where he started this year off. 19 carries, 74 yards, just couldn't really get things going. And if you want to talk about being washed up, sometimes it's what you do at the end of the year. Here are his playoff stats. In 3 games, he really only got on the field once, 2 carries, 6 yards, targeted 3 times, no catches. But let's go back to 2019. Maybe he was halfway decent, right? No, he wasn't. 245 carries, 789 yards, averaged only 3.2 yards per carry. Him taking a year off in 2018 definitely really impacted him, and he was a little bit too cocky in my personal opinion. I get that he was coming off in a stellar year in 2017, and he had very good years before that. But guess what? Maybe it was the Steelers' offensive line. Maybe it was the Steelers' parts around him, because since then, he has been a below-average running back. But anytime you talk about Bell, people are always going to be like, well, there was a time he was a phenomenal running back, and you are 100% right. Not only running between the tackles, not only staying patient behind that line, but really being able to catch the football. I mean, not that he was the first running back to do it, but he was one of the very first running backs that I personally remember from a fantasy football standpoint being like, in 2014, 83 catches, 2016, 75 grabs. Like, yes, I remember Matt Forte. I remember a lot of other great running backs as well that would catch the football. But Bell did a lot of things for that offense, so anytime you talk about him, people are always intrigued because it is a little bit of a household name. So let's make the call here. Where will Bell sign in 2021? Try to make a prediction. Try to look into the crystal ball. One of the things that we're doing on today's episode is not only showing y'all where places like CBS are trying to predict it, but also going to give you my 2 cents as well. So here are the top 5 teams that I believe make the most sense for Le'Veon Bell. The New Orleans Saints with Sean Payton. The Miami Dolphins, they've been looking for a running back for a while and actually had some interest in Bell last offseason. The New England Patriots, maybe they decide to move on from Sony Michel. The Carolina Panthers, no more Davis to back up Christian McCaffrey. And Seattle with Chris Carson, I don't trust Rashad Penny. Those are my top 5 teams for Le'Veon Bell.